Well, I guess I don't see Mike's Customs anymore. I guess I see your tag now. But how's it going? Okay then. All I can say is I don't like it. Forces me to remember something. So we went out and bought another one of these on Marketplace. It's got a broken pocket clip. We'll be taking it apart and hopefully fixing a problem that it has before putting it back together. No, we're gonna torture test this one. Oh, god damn. Just absolutely full of Loctite. I hate it when companies do that. Anyway, this thing has sold. It will be shipped out tomorrow. So now that I have one that already has broken part anyway, I don't feel as bad about doing some stupid shit with this one. Are you late? What do you mean? Oh no, I showed it off already. It was a second Sebenza with a drop point blade instead of the other blade. The problem is I am 100% broke now. My other pry bar is somewhere else, so ah. I bought a new knife to torture test. Ah, the proper pry bar. Well, we're going to do the test that I wanted to do on it. After I clean it and stuff. Are what both small? Yes, this is the Harbor Freight knife. No, they're both large. I decided to go with full size instead of the smalls. I have 3 of them. These. Yeah, so I bought this one for $10 off of somebody on Facebook Marketplace. They said that they needed the pocket clip and the pocket clip broke so they don't want it anymore. I told them that it has a lifetime warranty and they can go to Harbor Freight and get it replaced. They said that they didn't want to go through the hassle and they'd rather pass on the savings to somebody else. And so they started dropping the price fairly quickly, and I said, I'll take it. Both my Sebenzas have the same specs, yes. They're both MagnaCut, both titanium. Well, I'm going to break it before I turn it in and get a new one. I want to see how good this thing is. I've never done a full destruction test on a knife, and I'm not a person who usually does that kind of stuff. AJ, what's up? Uh, I haven't had any complaints with either of mine. I don't really carry either of them though. So if this is going to be my left hand carry heavy use knife, then everything, every little bit of heavy use stuff that I do will be done with this knife. Which means it won't be happening to the Sebenza, which is great. We'll stick the blade up here. Indeed, it is D2. Yep. Not a whole lot of dust in here. I'm gonna just wipe that with a microfiber because Q-tips like getting stuck on the G10. No, I just didn't say no already. JJ, what's up? Just so everybody knows, you have a good one, AJ. YouTube changed something, and now instead of showing your display name, it shows your name tag. So where JJ's, I think JJ's was JJR8. Now it's JJR8948. Or instead of being inverted, it's inverted 311. Not super happy with that. Who? I don't know what one guy you're talking about. We should be getting tomorrow some more stuff to sharpen from a customer now. Again, haven't had a whole lot of people take me up on the sharpening. I'll be honest, I was about to start doing marketing on the knife sharpening. Marketing it as premium knife sharpening. Changing it like premium hand sharpening or something like that. And charge $20 for it because for some reason people think that you get a better job when it's $20 than you do when it's 5. Glad the guy's taking a chance on me though. It's just stupid marketing. It makes sense kinda, but people think that they're getting a better deal when you make it more expensive, and I just think that's dumb. And the Facebook ad is connected to my Facebook account for the YouTube channel. It's not like it's just some random person's name. It's KO Knives on YouTube. That's that would be the Facebook name. Yeah, I'll admit I kind of do the same thing. Or if I see it has a certain steel, I'll just look right past it. Like the QB Tidius, I almost didn't even buy. Because, like, oh cool, it's purple titanium, but it's also 14C, and most 14C I've had wasn't the best. Okay, time to put this thing back together. Well, I can understand believing it's a scam. Ground Fog, what's up? The guy asked me, how do I know you're not a scammer? And my response was, I guess you really don't. If you'd like, you can see my sharpening skills tonight around 11. Um, I'll be sharpening a Harbor Freight knife. And then in the same thing, same message, I said, or maybe it was the next message, I said, I'll be honest with you. My knife collection's over $4,000. I really don't need any more knives at the moment. Because I don't. Palmer, what's up? How's it going? Glad to hear it. Yo, what? Oh, see, what you don't understand is Palmer has big boy money. So he's allowed to complain about it being too cold. I don't particularly like the cold either, to be honest. Oh, it's 25 degrees. I'll admit, once it hits like 20, it starts being uncomfortable. Annoyingly cold, I guess is the right way to put it, or something. I don't know what it is here. I don't have a thermometer sitting outside the door. You know, that's a good question right there. From what we were talking about a little bit ago. What is a price point where you just don't even give it a chance when it comes to knives? Wouldn't have minded if it was 60 here. Too low. What's a price point that's too low for you to even give it a shot? Or you give up on it before you even get it in hand? Dang, you got more money than I do if you're saying that. 40? 65 to 75? I think my bottom dollar nowadays is 15. I won't spend less than 15. Every time I've gotten something for 15 bucks, except for the Ozark Grail that one time. Every other time, been disappointed. I could see the Tenacious doing that. So this is a copy of, like, it's sized between the full-size Glimpse and the mini Glimpse from Beg Knives. For half the price of the mini, and you get a lifetime warranty. Actually, we'll leave the pocket clip off for now. Put it with my pile of pocket clips. It's off to the side. That sucks. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting cut by the hole in a Spyderco. So that's a first. And a second. Lucy, what's up? How's it going? I don't know who Nick is. When you throw a name out there, sometimes I don't know who you're talking about. Wait, Nick Shabazz? I think it has two Z's, but other than that. Anyway, we're going to do the nail test with this one. Going to use a hydraulic press. Not tonight, but I would like to try that test at some point, and this is one of the better times to do it since it's got a lifetime warranty on it. That's wild. All right, YouTube's asking a question. Do you eat your pizza crust or do you throw it away? If you ask me, throwing it away is a waste of food. Pizza bone for doggo. I don't have a dog, so... All right. I've got a cat. You fill her bowl with food. She eats it over the next couple days. She doesn't eat all of it all at once. I don't think I've ever really watched his channel. I know he's very particular about having a faceless channel, and I'm all behind that, as you guys can probably tell. Go get some water, guys. That is the... Whoa. For a second there, I had 0 people in here. It's the first time I've had that happen. How did we get 9 likes already? I'll be honest, I didn't know he did stuff other than knife reviews. Oh, this thing's sharpening up quick. Other than that huge chip that's in the blade. Because again, I haven't watched his channel very much. I think I subscribed, but I'm not 100% sure on that either. I got my nicest watch as a pity present. I think out of all the watch options that I had the choice of doing, I got the best bang for your buck on that. I see. All I know is I'm never going to be reviewing a wallet because I'm happy with the wallet that I use. So yeah, tomorrow night, guys, we should have a Gerber flat iron and a Kershaw Cryo and a Browning knife. And we'll be sharpening those. Inverted, if you keep getting people interested in pens, they can't afford my knives. You know what sucks is the rest of this knife's already sharp. It's just there's a chip down towards the heel, and leaving a chip in this thing for testing isn't fair. Inverted, have you started buying things from the 1920s? Or just things that are designed in the 1920s? Because I've got some stuff from the 1920s. Believe me when I say that the knives back then were shit. We need a brand name. So, guys, I will likely be changing the YouTube channel's name, but I need suggestions for a new name. Liquid Grin, what's up? Welcome back. Well, everybody I've talked to agrees that KO Knives probably isn't going to be a great final name for the channel. So, I've never heard of Sharply, but I hope it treats you well. Nice. It's not as smooth as it should be for something on bearings. So back to the name change. I need new ideas. Oh, they made a few. None of them are great. One main reason I don't think I've ever successfully knocked anything out. I don't know if I like that one. Somebody claimed they mistook knocked off. Somebody claimed they mistook the KO for King of. And I don't dislike that, but I don't exactly like it either. How did you get ethnic from knocked up knives? God, there's something wrong with my subscribers. I don't know what it is, but god damn, you all have something in common. Dirty minds. Give this another shot with way more grease in it this time. Unless you expect me to wear a crown made of knives to every knife show, that ain't gonna work. The reason I'm not liking King of Knives is because it doesn't sound humble. And I tend to be. But I don't like knockout knives. I really don't. Hence why I was asking for suggestions, because that one just ain't gonna happen. I've only gotten one knife to be that sharp. Shaving Studios. Not gonna happen, but I thought it sounded funny. Yeah, I do. You follow me on Instagram too. I know that. So what's up, Charlie? I would agree. I'm gonna look up a name and see if anybody has claimed that name on YouTube. And if not, I might be going with it. Damn. Somebody's already using it. But the channel hasn't uploaded in 9 years. Angel Knives. That sucks. There's 2 channels called Angel. 3 channels. 4. 5. Holy shit. I'm not that good yet to consistently pull that off. Legit. I don't know, guys. No new names are popping up. People in person already think that there's something wrong with me because I collect knives. I'm sure if I told them that that was my YouTube channel name, they may think there are bigger problems. If you're ever doing that by hand, don't. Please don't. I will not carry it. I've yet to be impressed with anything from Cold Steel, so I don't want you wasting your money on that. Nope. I do know which knife it is. Just looked it up. I have issues sharpening flat. Oh my god. Flat edges like that. I fail almost every time. Plus, I think I just read that it has a 4-inch blade, and that is big. Yeah, if it's that long, I'm never going to carry it. It won't fit in my pocket. I want something that speaks to me. Don't worry, I don't think I'm going to find anything anyway. A new channel name is really hard to come up with once you're already established as a certain channel. When I change things, I am likely to lose a decent chunk of my viewers. No. What does that word mean? My God. Are you just using Chat GPT to come up with a bunch of shit? These are your ideas? Damn, I can't pop up with ideas that quick. I've used ChatGPT to help me write a story for something, but other than that, I don't really care for AI being used. I don't know. I think I came up with a name. Damn, there's actually a company with that name. Chris, what's up? Oh, such as? No. I was thinking Forsaken Edge, but I looked into it and there's a game called Forsaken Edge. Then I looked up Forsaken Edge Works and there's something else with that name. Oh, better than I would have done. You know, the first word and the second word don't have to have the same letter, right? I get it's a little more catchy, but so you got fired, but they have your knife. First of all, wrongful termination lawsuit. Second thing, depending on how expensive the knife is. See, this is the wonderful thing about having expensive ass knives is when you're carrying two knives and they equal $1,000, at that point it's grand theft. Or if you want to be risky enough, you can carry one knife that's $1,000 and then it's grand theft. No, that'd be something for knives, I guess. Why do that? How's it going? I really hate YouTube's new system. Oh, thank God. Serious recommendations. That's what I've been for the whole time. Yeah, Forsaken Blade Works is already taken. That sucks. Initials for what? No, JJ was screwing with me every time that he gave me a new one. I don't talk about my initials on stream. I like the sheep's foot Griptilian. I just wish it had better scales. My first name's out there. I don't need my last name out there. Although I have learned recently that there are hundreds of people with my first and last name. So, where I thought that it was uncommon, it is apparently quite common. My name's Rich. I do YouTube content. Ha, rich ass knives. Even though I'm broke. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Soft Hands Blade Works. Oh, that one would be funny. Wait a second. No, I don't have memberships turned on. There's no extra content than you'd get if you would be a member, so I'm not turning that on. Velvet Blade Works. Yeah, so the super chats get counted in the current live that you're in, and then once you move on to another live stream, they don't count. Like once the live stream ends, they don't count for the next live, which I think is dumb, but I mean, I get it. That doesn't mean that you need to donate more, though. The Daily Nail Nick. That's for somebody that does traditionals. And I don't do a whole lot of traditionals. Oh my god, he's taking it apart again. It's got lock stick now. With me not making my own stuff, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. I know, I thought something about soft hands would be funny. I really like Velvet Blade Works though. Because, you know, velvet is soft. But it doesn't sound immature like baby hands blades or something like that. Such as what? I mean, true. I'll be honest, I could have started shirts forever ago and stickers and stuff like that, but you know, I wasn't completely down with the whole KO name. Like from the beginning when we swapped it over from knockoff to KO, I still wasn't super happy with it. The whole reason I did it was because a conversation that I had. Yeah, it's hard to come up with a new name. It is. Anyway, the whole new name thing started when I was in Lefty's live stream like forever ago. And I was talking about coming up with a new design. And him, first of all, said that designing knives with the name Knockoff Knives, nobody's going to take you seriously. They're all going to think that you're coming up with fake shit or copies. And then it went from him taking it seriously to like 10 or so people or something like that saying that it was just a stupid idea and it wasn't going to go anywhere. And I'm like, fine. First, we'll change the name. And I'm not going to hold that against him, but oh, that pissed me off. A lot of people thought it was Knockout. Never was. This is one of those, the design side of things is one of those things where normally it would be out of spite. The reason I do it would be out of spite because I'm just that kind of person. But in reality, it's just something that I want to do. Well, I'm not a redhead. I'm not from Ireland, and my lineage doesn't go back to Ireland. Funny one, though. Pot of Gold Blade Works. The end of the rainbow. Trent, what's up? The Harbor Freight Icon knife. It had a broken pocket clip when I got it today for $10. We're going to do some torture testing with this thing. And then we're going to test their lifetime warranty and see if it holds up to my expectations of walking in and just getting a new one. Guido Grindworks. Not gonna happen. Oh, you're gonna love this. Velvet Blade, or Velvet Blade Co., is a company. It's a barber shop in Virginia. The knife that I've carried the longest was the. It needs some work, so it's been out of commission for a while. Tactile Knife Co. Bayer. A little slip joint in titanium and MagnaCut. Slip joint Sally's, my god. Now you're just bullying me. You're getting banned for bullying. Go cry about it to your mom, you bullier. What, by telling your mom that somebody's bullying you? Then your mom smacks you upside the head and then tells you to get off the internet? That's the easiest way to end bullying, or cyberbullying. Walk away from the screen. Peacock blades. You spelled peacock wrong. It's Peeecock. Peacock. That's a long ass name. But hi, how's it going? I'm just gonna say Nikki because those are the last four letters. What was that one commercial in Robot Chicken? Cuddles fabric softener. God damn. I would imagine so. That episode there was stuck somewhere between horrifying and hilarious. I need to write a receipt. Come with me to write a receipt. Dang, it's been 10 days since I've sold some. Oh, okay. 7 days. Definitely not gonna happen inverted. $14. I think it's FOUR. Yep. Go for it, dude. Not gonna happen. Most definitely not gonna happen. Spandex Design Works. Hmm. Just the tip knife go. No, that's not gonna be it. That's already a company. I'm just messing with you. That's not a company. I hope it goes well for you. If you show your face on the internet, you'll be known as, "Yo, just the tip, what's up?" People see you on the street when you got 1 million followers. "Just the tip, what's up?" Yeah, that was a pretty bad idea. But bouncing ideas off of you guys helps me come up with new ideas. So, you guys throwing out names that suck brings up good ideas for me. Well, there's t-shirts that already say "just the tip" on them. Referring to knives, by the way. Turns out that Just the Tip is also a podcast on YouTube for EDC content. So you might be screwed on that one. I do have 23 tabs open. We can get rid of that one, and 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 that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And that one. That one. Oh, no, we need that one actually. Get rid of that one. There we go. Now we got 10. I think the phone I'm recording with has 35 open. If the first knife was going to be called the Seraph, and that has something to do with angels, maybe the channel or the company name is something around that. What do you guys make? Hmm. Don't tell me we broke chat again. Nobody's coming up with those funny names anymore. A song that always makes you happy is what YouTube wants to know. Not a whole lot. I don't tend to listen to happy songs. Dang, you ran out of ideas. Is Phoenix Knives a thing? Oh, you got more in ya. Phoenix Knives is a company, but they spelled it different. I don't dislike that at all. I actually kind of like that one. Yes. Yep. Of course, I would like other knives to be named after other types of angels as well. Ew, serrated? Gross. Now, if the first knife name is going to be the Seraph, I don't like Phoenix, or I don't dislike Phoenix knives, though. There's a story behind that, but if I actually choose that name, you guys will get a pretty good story out of it. They spelled it PHE, and that's it. PHENIX, or something like that. It's hard to make a logo with a P in it. Dakota, what's up? Welcome back. We're coming up with a new name for the channel. Do I really want to go with the serif for the first name? It's a big name to fill. Dang, everybody went quiet. Cut some paper or something. Fair enough. Let's sharpen a pencil. How about that? I already did sharpen it with a knife, though. Who wants to play the steel guessing game again? Do you guys remember that? The steel guessing game? Where I grab the microscope and stick a random knife under the microscope, and you guys try and guess either the knife or the steel. Or maybe we play a game where I open a knife off screen and you have to guess what knife it is. The current issue is we have a lack of players. We have one player, maybe two or three. And so it begins. Knife number 1. So what knife is it? I see where you're going with that, JJ. You guys get 3 guesses each. Actually, we'll do 1 guess each, so we move on quickly. I want an angelic name. You're not going to be able to guess the hardness because I don't even know the hardness. Any ideas? You think it's the Chris Reeve? Oh, you don't think it is? Okay. Kershaw Leak. That's guess number one. Inverted, go ahead and throw a guess out there. The best part about this game is when you get it wrong and then the knife shows up on the screen, you guys are going to be like, well, duh, of course it was that. Harbor Freight, okay. And the knife is I hate that feeling. It is the Benchmade Griptilian. I love how you guys both guessed cheaper knives. The closing sounds like that because the inside of this thing's hollow. And you can see the hollow in there. The sound reflects off in there. And it just sounds weird. Okay. What knife is this? Any guesses? Yes, it did sound cheap. The Benchmades do tend to sound cheap. I'll take that as your guess. Inverted. You think it sound, at least guess, we'll guess the brand at the very least. How about that? Okay. It is Spyderco. Surprised somebody got it right. Next knife. I think JJ is a few minutes behind, or maybe a half a minute behind. Any guesses? Can you tell him he might be like a couple minutes behind? When he said sounds good to me, I think that's when I said we'll just go with the brand instead of the actual knife. Which was a little while ago. The Emerson, okay. Stan, what's up? At the moment, we are guessing what knife I am opening and closing. All you have to do is guess the brand, and if you get that right, then congratulations. If you get it wrong, then oh well. So you guessed the Emerson. Smith, what's up? I own a ton of CRKT. like 12 knives from them. Okay, so we got one guess for CRKT, we have one guess for Chris Reeve, and we have one guess for Emerson. It is another Spyderco. Yep, I don't think anybody was going to guess this thing. Okay, moving on to the next knife. Again, all you have to do is guess the brand of the knife that I'm flipping. This one makes a very particular sound. You think it's the Reeve, okay? Come on, guys, let's get a few more guesses in here. What brand do you think this knife is? I can flick the Reeve. I can flick it closed too. I can't answer questions though. Because some knives it'll just give it away. Just throw a brand out there. If you're right, congratulations. If you're wrong, then you're wrong. Okay, we got one guess for Spyderco. Warsmith's taking a risk. I just did 2 Spydercos in a row. Guess we'll see if that risk pays off. Emerson. Okay. JJ, go ahead and throw your guess out there, and then the knife will be revealed or whatever. Stan, you're going to guess the Chris Reeve. Okay. Oh, fun. Now I can't see comments. I will be right back. I gotta try something real quick. Hey, I fixed it. Cool. I was trying to see JJ's guess. You think it's a CRKT again? Okay. So you think it's a Spyderco? 2 things for Spyderco. 1 for a Chris Reeve. This knife is the QB. Makes a very specific sound. Because of the micro milling on the blade, it has a high-pitched squeak kind of a sound when you open it from the detent ball running up against the micro milling on the blade. Just to help you guys out, we're going to go only with regular common companies. Companies that everybody should know. Now that we're done with that one. That'll work. What brand is the knife that I'm flicking? Something small. Okay. Benchmade. The Dragonfly. Okay. We got a couple more people that are guessing. Civivi. Stan, go ahead with your guess whenever you're ready. Spyderco. So that's 2 guesses for Spyderco, 1 for Benchmade, and 1 for Civivi. The knife is a Benchmade Mini Adamas. One of these days he might get it right. Yeah. Well, it is a Mini Adamas, to be fair. Have you seen the full size compared to this shit? It's a full ½ inch shorter. And then when you have them open, it's a whole inch shorter. Yeah, the Dragonfly was like way off. So I noticed how I'm not going to give you guys hints. That makes it too easy. Okay. Congratulations, Warsmith. You got it right. What company am I flicking? It is quiet. Any guesses? These are all common brands. Kershaw, just to be different. Okay. Well, just so everybody knows, I have like 30 Kershaws, so I'm not saying it is a Kershaw. I'm not saying it's not a Kershaw. I'm just saying I have a shit ton of Kershaws. Baron Sun, interesting choice. CRKT to be the same. Stan, go ahead and throw your guess in there. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Spyderco. Okay. And the company was Civivi. If JJ would have just stayed the same. But no, he just had to be different that time. Because of course he did. Oh, how fun. Next knife. What company am I flicking now? All right, Stan, we'll see you later. Spyderco. Not a bad guess, but it's never a bad guess because you're just guessing. You as well, Stan. We'll see you later. CRKT, okay. Inverted, what's your guess? Boker? Okay. The correct answer is Chris Reeve. That's funny. This next one will hopefully be pretty obvious. All right, JJ, we'll see you later. You have a good one. Dang, everybody's leaving. I'm going to be stuck with Warsmith all alone. All alone with nobody to save me. Whatever shall I do? You have a good one, Inverted. We'll see you later. Wonder if Dakota's still in here. Jim, what's up? How's it going? We're sitting here trying to guess the brand of the knife that I'm currently flicking. Because everybody has work tomorrow, everybody else is going to bed. And Warsmith is across the world, so he doesn't need to sleep. Koenig, okay. I'm going to hazard a guess and say that you're the only person that's going to throw a guess in there. Because everybody else went to bed. So, the correct answer is Kershaw. A Kershaw blur. $8:50 a.m. It is almost 2 a.m. where I'm at. Next brand. This one isn't very obvious. Kind of sounds like every other liner lock. So, What knife brand am I flicking? I might start giving hints on these. Spyderco Paramilitary. Not a terrible guess. Sencut. Not a bad guess either. It is a CJRB. Tenacious would have been closer because the Tenacious is a liner lock. And I did say that it was a liner lock. Next knife. We'll do this. I don't have anything from Sencut. Your one hint. This knife is a traditional. So what brand am I playing with? Buck? Okay. Case? Okay. It is a Case Sodbuster. Congratulations, Warsmith. You got it right. Next knife. We will unzip a case for this one. It's not easy to guess these. Your one hint on this knife is it is one of the most common in the US. The brand is one of the most common brands in the US. It's not the original pouch. Nope. Just the one that I leave it in. So you think it's a Hogue? Okay. And by common, I don't mean popular. I mean, you go out on the street and ask somebody if they have a knife on them, it might very well be one of these. CRKT and Hogue. The correct answer is Kershaw, again. One of the largest brands in the US, owned by Kai USA. It is very likely that if you walk out and ask somebody what knife they're carrying, it is a Kershaw. I'm trying to get rid of this thing. I give good deals, but I only use Cash App. Next knife. We're playing a game. Your hint is just about every knife guy has one of these, and it is one of the most popular knives when it comes to knife enthusiasts. We're playing a game where you guess the company of the knife that I'm playing with. Gerber Paraframe. Okay. All you have to do is guess the company. You think it's a Spyderco? Okay. Jim, if you want to throw your guess in there, if you're still around. Benchmade. It is a Paramilitary 2. One of the most common knife guy knives out there. They are expensive, but for the price you get good materials and a solid heat treat. So congratulations, Warsmith, you got another one correct. Honestly, their base models aren't that bad either. No, I don't condone stuff like that. It is a choice. That's up to you, but I don't recommend it. We're going to open another case for this one. Camera off. This is also one of the most popular knife guy knives out there, except it's modified. It's not going to sound stock. Gentlemen, throw in your guesses. What brand of knife do you think I'm flicking? Demko, okay. It is modded, yes. It will not sound stock. You think it's a Gerber? Okay. Para 3. Okay. The correct answer is another PM2 in zirconium scales. Again, as I already said, one of the most common knife guy knives out there, but modified. These scales do not sound stock when you're fidgeting with it. It is heavy, coming in at, I believe, just under 7 ounces. Okay. Next round. This knife is a smaller version of another knife. Yes, you were correct that it was a Spyderco. The other knife was so popular that they made a second version of this that was smaller. It didn't quite gain the same popularity. You think it's a Yojimbo? You think it's a PM3? We have 3 guesses. All 3 of you guessed Spyderco. All 3 of you were right. 2 of you were right on the knife. Yes, it is a Para 3 in Maximate. No, it was not a Chris Reeve. I thought you were guessing that it was a Para 3, but I guess you were wrong. Congratulations, Palmer. Congratulations, Jim. You guys both got it right. It is a Spyderco. They're not that hard to take apart if you want me to teach you. I mean, you probably don't need help, to be honest. You need a T10 and a T8 Torx bit. Well, it's not that hard to do. Let's see. This knife is a classic design that didn't do too super well with the company that it was made by. However, the designer kept making iterations of it, custom iterations of it, and they sell for upwards of $4,000. I do not have a small Sebenza, nope. So, what company's knife am I flicking? Kershaw, okay. Bonus points if you do guess the designer, by the way. It looks like Jim may have left. Palmer thinks that it is a Kershaw. Do we have any other guesses? Spartan. Not a bad guess. Do you want to throw in a designer as well and get extra points if you're right? Palmer, you already guessed Kershaw. Nope, you get one guess. Harsey. Correct answer is Tim Gallion. Kershaw. Kershaw Junkyard Dog 2 didn't do great. Discontinued back in around 2009. Tim Gallion was still making custom versions of this back in 2023, and they were selling for upwards of $4,000. Good guess. So congratulations, Palmer. You got that one right. You got 1 point, I guess. Okay. What company made the knife that I am messing with? The designer of this knife is a pioneer in modern knife designs. And without his work, knives probably wouldn't be the way that they are today. You think it's a Chris Reeve? Okay. Okay. You think it's the frame lock? Good choice, good choice. Well, you've guessed Chris Reeve, so it kind of stuck with that one. Warsmith, you want to throw your guess in there? I don't know if Warsmith is still here. Sal Glesser. Spyderco. Okay. Correct answer was Michael Walker with CRKT, the blade lock. Inventor of the liner lock. Without that liner lock patent or design or whatever, modern knives probably wouldn't be where they are today. So yes, it was Michael Walker. I'm glad somebody came up with it though. A little bit of knife trivia. Having a little bit of fun tonight, so let's continue on with grab something out of the for sale box. Hmm. This knife is one of the most ergonomic knives for the price, coming in at under $50. Even in today's materials, it's still not a bad knife. Fits the hand quite well, even though it is fairly large. You may begin guessing. Squeak. That was the chair, not the knife. CJRB. Okay. It is ergonomic, yes. Quite much. Quite much indeed ergonomic. Fucking English issues. For anybody that's new in here, we are guessing what company made the knife that I'm flicking. The current hint is it is a very ergonomic design. Although it's quite large, it is pretty decently priced. And even in today's market, the materials are all right. You think it's a Spyderco Military? Well, you kind of threw that out there already. Just for fun, what's your second guess? Yeah, the military is like $270. That is way overpriced. Well, you said military. We're going to go with military. It is an Ontario Rat 1. As I said, it's a pretty big knife. Decent materials for the price, and quite ergonomic. Fits the hand well. Okay, next knife. This knife has thumb studs that suck for being thumb studs. Designed by a designer who has since passed. However, the company is still coming out with new iterations of the same design. It is probably their best seller. Did Purdue pass? I didn't know that. But you already said Benchmade, so. Damn, that's unfortunate. I think that's the guy who designed. Guy or gal, I don't know. Yep. Any other guesses? Palmer, do you want to throw a guess in there? That was a really good guess based off the hints that I gave, by the way. No, I saw what you wrote. You got nothing? Okay. The correct answer is the CRKT M16. Designed by Kit Carson, who has since passed. They are still coming out with new versions of this knife, and I kind of wish they'd stop. Yeah, no, Purdue was a good guess with Benchmade. Based off of the info that I gave you, that was probably one of the best guesses that you could have given. All right, guys, I think this is the last one that we're going to do, and then I'll probably end the stream after that. Because I have nothing to do after this. I think when I first started getting into the knife scene, one of my favorite knives was that M16. So this knife is from a common brand at the cheap box store. Box store, not box door. From Wally World. And their company does not match with where they're made. My M16's in 12C27. And I think I got a fluke batch because it's actually heat treated well. This knife is made by a company that is popular at Walmart. Yep. We'll be ending the stream soon. Squeak. Just for shits and giggles, we'll do one more. One more round after this. I said we'll be ending the stream here pretty soon. I mean, I started it 3 hours ago, so. Any guess, Warsmith? For anybody new, we're playing a game. You're trying to guess the brand of the company, or the brand that makes the knife. Oh, I didn't see Gerber. Yeah, it didn't even show up on my thing. At all. It is a Swiss Tech. I don't know. Didn't do a whole lot of testing on it. You can get better stuff. These things are really cheap. I'm willing to bet that a good chunk of the knives that you already own are better than this thing. Do I own any real knives? I do. Right now we're playing a game. If you would like to be involved in the game, the next knife is a real knife. Your hint on this knife is this company is well known for using a super annoying thing. Actually, do I want to do that hint? That kind of gives it away. I will give this other hint, actually. For some reason, when everybody buys one of these, the first thing they do is they cut the lanyard off. The company that sells the G cleaver. I don't know what that is. Your hint is, for some reason, everybody who buys their first one of these cuts the lanyard off. The lanyard that comes with it. You think it's a Sebenza? Okay. Another guess for Sebenza. Only Chris Reeve comes to your head? All three of you were right. It is the Sebenza. That's a first. Everybody got it right for once. Congratulations, everybody. You all guessed it right. Yeah, I don't know why everybody does that. They all cut the lanyard off instead of just removing the pin or untying the lanyard. Just untie the lanyard. Don't cut it. I already sold that thing. That neck knife is gone. Yep. Oh, you mean this real knife? I may be changing the profile picture here pretty soon. Well, sure, but there's no reason to cut it. Okay. Anyway, we're probably going to end it right here. Most of the people left, so probably because it was a pretty boring stream, which is fine. What game? What game do you got? The paracord that these things take is thin. That doesn't work very well with lag. Well, there goes that Q-tip. Maybe, you know what? I need to come up with a Discord channel or whatever. Discord server. Yep. Hopefully you guys have. We're going to go ahead and end it here in about 20 seconds. So I'll come up with a Discord server, hopefully, and get that shit all figured out and stuff. Warsmith, you have a good one. Faraway, you too. Polar, you have a good one. Everybody else who hasn't spoken, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is. And we'll see you in the next one.